Well, Caroline,
We
here
can't get serious here.
we're totally gardening, and
Yes.
we're going to do another little feature,
Yes.
which I think a lot of you will relate to. And
I love that teapot.
well,
The shape of it.
it's a little kettle. That's a kettle. Now we're going to get you to
What's the difference between kettle and a teapot?
well, a kettle you can put on the hot stove and boil the water. And this is a little bit special.
Yes.
So we're going to use this as something to plant in.
That's gonna be super. That's the loveliest flower pot ever.
So this is what we found. Well, I say I found. I know it's special because
You found it.
I found it, but I knew where it was because it's my mum's kettle. There's a
You're
mum.
joking.
No, there's
That is really nice. She had good taste.
and she had it on a Rayburn. She was boiling the water up, so there's always hot water for drinks, and you had to wait for a tea or coffee with my mum.
Yeah.
And it could have been thrown away. It's gotten a bit rusty. It's. But
I like it because it has life written on it. You know.
it has, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got. It's got. Maybe we're slightly distracted.
You're kittens.
So when you're planting used flower pots, there's lots of things you can find.
That's
And
true. I didn't think of
we
that.
found this kettle. So what we're going to do, Carl, I'm going to put a little bit more compost in there.
Yes, I can do that.
Top it up. So this is in memory of my mum, and then those who are watching with your mum, there's probably a plant that you associate with your mum or your nan, or even with yourself. Mine in Caroline's is very much the sunflower.
Yeah.
My dad was always red roses. He loved his red roses. My mum loved this plant called chrysanthemum. I always find it difficult to say. I always have
It is
that.
difficult to say.
But they call it chrysanth. And, well, we'll get Caroline to plant them in. So they've been had a little bit of a soaking. They got from a local store,
Yeah.
garden centre. And they're selling off quite cheap at the moment. And there they are, the little
This one
flowers
is
coming.
full of buttons.
So this is little chrysanth. And do you know what they're nicknamed as?
No, I don't.
Mums, little mums.
Well, that's very relevant.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, that's why we're doing it. So we're going to see if we can get a couple of those into that pot.
Yeah. So
in there.
should I break it a little bit or just leave
You-
it like that?
you could- I think it's okay. You can tease the roots a little bit, but I think this one's is not
I'm just
pot
trying,
bound.
Yeah, I'm
So-
just trying to make a
Little hole in there,
yeah. That's
little
what I'm trying to
or a
do.
big divot in there. So there we have a wonderful one going in there. And I think we probably better get another one in. It'll be a tight squeeze.
Yeah,
And
I
the
think two will be the max there.
sunflowers are watching over this. So it doesn't have the cost of fortune. The flower vase, or the pot here, which is a kettle, didn't cost me anything. It was in the back of a barn.
I think if you go to like a charity shop or something like that, you would find some things
Yeah.
here.
And you probably
Wood cells.
everybody's probably got something they could use. I went into a local sort of gardening store and they were selling these off, and all those there cost less in a coffee.
Yeah, because you were fed a coffee and you decided to buy plants
Yeah.
instead. So that gives you an idea. I know the price of coffee is quite high at the moment. I mean,
Also,
Right.
sometimes I'd rather buy some plants rather than
food
chocolate
and,
or
yeah,
crisps.
yeah. Well, it's much healthier and also it lasts longer and it's beautiful.
Yeah. So you probably only get two in there. I think we probably struggle to get a third.
Yeah, I struggled to get three. We were thinking of putting three in there, but I think two is quite nice. And we've got one that is much more open here. Unless,
Possibly get one in there. You could probably squeeze one in there.
yeah, like me, yeah,
Yeah.
this way. I was
Yeah, there's
thinking that.
room for one
That's right.
more.
So it will look well full with
Yeah.
good compost as well. So
The chrysanthemums can get quite tall, but these are sort of like dwarf ones. But if you keep them, they're going to flower. When they finish flowering, cut the heads off, and they will keep flowering for a couple of months really, and then let them dry a little bit for the winter. Keep them, not completely dried out in a frost-free area, cut them right back, and you can then get them and pot them back up again next year
Yeah.
and put them in your garden. These would make some really good displays there. My mum's favourite colour was yellow. I said to Caroline earlier on that
So she had these all the time, didn't she?
I would go into mum's and there was always a chrysanth on the table, a yellow one. And if she didn't have one, me and my sister, my brother would buy her one. And yes, it's looking good. So
She's well full in there.
yeah, we probably won't even get any little stones around the top there, but we're going to give it a drink. We got the Love You More drink, and we're just
Very relevant with colour.
yes, and of course you can do it there, but you could even put it down the spout of the.
Well, that's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
idea.
You
Yeah.
need a little funnel, but it's a bit tricky to pour in there.
A little bit where we are getting there,
Yes.
and a little bit more here. That's good.
So we put the handle up in a moment, and
You see the beauty of everything.
so there you are. Memory of my mum. Going to put it in there and tease the flowers either side of the handle.
It's like a little haircut.
Yeah. We turn it round and maybe just clean it off a little bit more. But there you have a very special display,
I think it's lovely.
and
And so you got like the button are going to flower, and a bit like here they're already bloomed
yeah.
up. Yeah, look at that.
So thank you, Caroline. It's totally gardening, and little tips like this, and get your young children involved as well, because trust
A lot
me,
of children they love seeing things grow as well. It's like it's a bit of magic,
Yeah.
I guess.
yes. So there we have. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you to my mum for inspiring me with the planting, and yes, it's going to be a bit special on our little display.
Yeah.
But it's called Totally Gardening.
It's all totally gardening.